CBC histograms. Histograms are those graphs that CBC analyzers provide along with results. They are an important part of the result and must be closely studied as they provide valuable information about the sample that your analyzer has processed. Some analyzers provide the option for disabling histograms in the equipment print. However, you lose valuable information on the sample if this resource is disabled. So what are histograms? Histograms are graphical representation of numerical data. In a CBC report, it is the graphical representation of the numerical data of different cell populations. They provide three important aspects of information. 1. Average volume of each cell population. 2. Distribution of the cell populations. 3. Detection of subpopulations. The x-axis represents the volume of the cells in FL or femtoliters. The cells are plotted as per their volume. The y-axis represents the percentage relative occurrence. So what is relative distribution? All cell populations show variation in size within an individual. This is called intra-individual biological variation. So, blood cells of any particular kind, for instance RBCs, have size variability even in health within an individual. However, this variability has certain limits. This variation is what we call Gaussian or normal distribution. Any parameter with Gaussian distribution falls in a bell-shaped curve when graphically distributed. The cells fall around a mean with equal dispersion around the mean, following what is called the 68-95-99.7 rule. In a normal distribution, the mean equal to median equal to mode. For more about central tendencies and types of distribution, please read the QC module or watch the videos under the heading Statistical Quality Controls. Let us examine the 68-95-99.7 rule with an illustration. Assume 1000 cells are counted and the mean is 100 FL and a standard deviation SD, which means the unit degree of dispersion is 10 FL. Gaussian distribution here means 680. The first 68% of cells will be found around the mean. In the first SD, 340 cells between 90 and 100 FL and 340 cells between 110 and 100 FL. Next, 270 in the second SD, that is 135 between 80 and 90 FL and 135 between 120 and 110 FL, amounting to 68% plus 27%, which is equal to 95%. Next, 47 cells in the third SD, that is 23.5 cells between 80 and 70 FL and 23.5 cells between 130 and 120 FL, now amounting to 68% plus 27% plus 4.7%, which is equal to 99.7%. So here the histogram will show a vertical line at 100 FL starting from the peak of the bell-shaped curve touching the baseline. Both the arms of the bell also touch the base. If you look at the base of this example, you see the spread is 60 FL 130 minus 70 FL. There are two important numbers on the y-axis. 1. 100%. A vertical line from the peak of the curve to the baseline denotes the number indicating the mean volume. In the case of a red cell, it is the MCV expressed in FL. Normal range varies as per age group, but approximately 80 to 96 FL. And in the case of a platelet, it is the MPV, that is 8 to 12 FL. 2. 20%. This point denotes the distribution width. It is the width at this point that is considered as the distribution width of the cell population. See the above example. At baseline, the spread was 60 FL, but at 20% point, it is lesser. possibly 48 or 50 FL as the case may be.
In the case of red cell, it is called the RDW, meaning red cell distribution width. Normal range is 39 to 46 femtoliter. RDW is also expressed as percentage CV and the normal range is 11.6 to 14.6% in adults.
In case of a platelet, it is the PDW or platelet distribution width, normal being 9 to 14 FL. To recap the x-axis, every histogram has its baseline on the x-axis which denotes the cell size. The bell curve begins at the baseline and ends at the baseline. Any curve that doesn't touch the base indicates a possible error. These will be discussed below. Any shift of the bell curve to the left indicates smaller cells, and any shift of the bell curve to the right indicates larger cells, prompting one to think of the associated causes. Widening of the bell curve indicates more dispersion of cells, which means cells with more changes in size than normal, what we call anisocytosis. In the results of the CBC analysis, 3 histograms are displayed on the screen. One each for red blood cells, that is RBCs, white blood cells, that is WBCs, one bell curve each for lymphocytes, mixed cells and neutrophils, and platelets. Let's now see the examples from a specific equipment that gives its histograms as described below. Some of the numbers described are specific to the equipment, though the principles described are general. See platelet bell curve between 2 FL and 25 FL. The size range where platelets fall. See the RBC bell curve between 25 and 250 FL. Now see the dotted lines demarcating these areas. What are these called? They are called the discriminators. Each histogram has a defined lower discriminator, that is LD, and an upper discriminator, that is UD, based on the cell size. The normal distribution curve we talked about earlier lies within the upper and the lower discriminator. Discriminators allow the analytical system to measure and report the characteristics of cells that fall between them. These discriminators can be fixed or floating. Generally, RBCs and platelets have fixed discriminators. This is a WBC histogram with 3 curves between the upper and the lower discriminators denoting the lymphocyte, mixed, and neutrophil populations respectively from left to right. As is evident, these cells cannot form a single bell curve as the sizes differ as per type of WBC. The lower discriminator here is allowed to fluctuate between a certain cell size, say 30 to 60 FL. The upper D, however, is fixed. Any cell between the lower D and upper D is a WBC. The 3 groups of WBCs are differentiable by size. Each group forms a peak separated by a depression or valley or trough. So, 2 valley discriminators T1, that is 78 to 114 FL, and T2 less than 150 FL detects these troughs or depression between the different cell sizes. T for trough. These discriminators are flexible and depend upon the sample. Any cell falling between LD and T1 will be a lymphocyte, small-sized or fraction F1 or population 1. Between T1 and T2 are mixed cells, mid-sized or fraction F2 or population 2. And between T2 and UD are neutrophils, large-sized, fraction F3 or population 3. Note, the terms used for demarcating areas are specific to the equipment being discussed. These terms could be different on your equipment. However, the general principles are the same. Now that we know about normal histograms, let us look for 2 things on histograms. 1. Errors flagged by histograms. These are messages given by the equipment to warn the operator about sample problems which need rechecking. These should also be checked manually by preparing a smear or sample rerun as required. 2. Pathologies indicated. Either way, the smears should be checked as remedial or corroborative steps. Error flags, histograms. In general, if any histogram doesn't start from the baseline, lower discriminator error will appear. If histogram does not finish at the lower end, then upper discriminator error will appear. Most abnormal histograms are flagged and need to be interpreted in view of the indices, counts, and clinical history. We'll now discuss each histogram along with the interpretation of flags. RBC histograms.
Erythrocytes or RBCs have an average size of 80 to 96 femtoliter and are measured between 25 lower discriminator to 250 or 300 femtoliter upper discriminator as per the analytical system used.
The normal RBC distribution curve lies between these two discriminators. The curve begins and ends on the baseline. It has a single peak with bell curve distribution of cells, and the RDW is measured at the 20% height. Flags raised can include RL flag, lower discriminated flag for RBCs. There is abnormal height at the lower discriminator and the curve does not begin at the baseline. Generally, this happens when the lower discriminator exceeds 10% of the preset height value but may vary from machine to machine. Possible causes: giant platelets, microerythrocytes, fragmented or dysplastic RBCs or platelet clumps. Reason: the analyzer is unable to differentiate between microerythrocytes, giant platelets, and fragmented RBCs as they all are similar in size and lie within the range of 25 to 30 FL. Simultaneous flags of HCT, MCV, MCH, and MCHC may occur in this case. Platelets also may be flagged as there is no clear demarcation between RBCs and platelets here. Even if there is no platelet flagging in such RBC flags, call for platelet checking by alternate methods. Exclude also platelet clumps in the peripheral smear. RU flag, upper discriminator flag for RBCs. Generally, this happens when the upper discriminator exceeds 5% of the preset height value but may vary from machine to machine. The possible cause: cold agglutination, Rolex formation. Reason: RBC agglutination might cause a low incorrect RBC count and affect the parameter HB, MCV, MCH, and MCHC. Look for RBC agglutination on smear. Rule out cold agglutination by warming the sample up to 37 degrees Celsius. The commonest indicator of cold agglutinins is a high MCHC. An MCHC greater than 36 warrants incubation at 37 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes and rerun. MCHC should go back to normal value when the problem is solved. MP flag, multiple peaks for RBCs. We see here that the histogram curve is not Gaussian, but is bimodal or multimodal. This also results in flagging of RBC count, MCV, RDW.
Possible cause: as explained earlier, RDW indicated red cell anisocytosis.
Deficiency anemias on treatment, post-transfusion with anisocytosis of RBCs is marked. Reason is extreme anisocytosis shows varying size RBC population.
Look for dimorphic red blood cells population on the smear.
DW flag, abnormal distribution width flag for RBCs. RDW, SD, and RDW CV is flagged. RBC histogram doesn't touch the baseline and ends above the 20% mark. Thus, the RDW cannot be calculated. Possible causes include both the RU and RL causes. Reason: as explained earlier, RDW is calculated at 20% level. When the curve does not touch this 20% mark at lower or upper limit, it results in a DW flag. Even without flags, RBC histograms say things. A microcytic anemia will have the bell curve shifted to the left, and macrocytic anemia will have the bell curve shifted to the right. Look for respective findings on smear. Please refer to the video on peripheral smear. Platelet histogram. The normal platelet histogram should lie within the upper and lower discriminator, which is between 2 and 30 FL. Should begin and end at the baseline. PDW is calculated at the 20% peak height of the distribution curve. The normal range is 9 to 14 FL. P. LCR is the ratio of large platelets to the total platelets. Mean platelet volume normal range is 15 to 35 FL. PL flag. Lower discriminator flag for platelet indicates an abnormal height at the lower discriminator. Possible causes: high background count, bacterial contamination of reagent, cell fragment, platelet aggregation. Check for background count. Run auto-rinse, if required, and rerun the sample. Check the reagent for any contamination. Sample should be checked as platelets results might be incorrect due to cell fragments or bacteria. In some cases, platelet aggregates might also cause the problem. In this case, the histogram curve should also show an abnormal distribution at the upper discriminator. Platelet aggregation might cause low incorrect platelet results. Look for respective findings on smear. Please refer to the video on peripheral smear. If PL flags happen in many samples, check reagents for contamination. Check earthing of the equipment. PU flag, upper discriminator flag for platelet, indicates abnormal height at upper discriminator of platelet. Here, the analyzer is unable to differentiate between platelets and RBCs. The possible causes: RBC fragmentation or microerythrocytes, giant platelets, platelet clumps, EDTA incompatibility or clotted sample. Check the platelet count manually as the cell counter result may be falsely low. If platelet satellitism is observed on smear, may indicate EDTA incompatibility.
Recollect using citrate as anticoagulant.
Look for respective findings on the smear. Please refer to the video on peripheral smear. MP flag indicates multiple peaks in the platelet histogram. Possible causes: recovery from chemotherapy, platelet anisocytosis, or platelet aggregation. It can also affect the readings of PDW, PLCR, MPV flagging them. DW flag indicates flagging of platelet distribution width since the distribution curve doesn't cross the 20% mark. It can cause flagging of MPV and PLCR. Possible causes can be any of the causes for PL or PU. The overall height of the curve represents 100%. The width is calculated on the 20% line of the curve. If the histogram curve doesn't match the 20% line, either on the lower or upper platelet discriminator, the flag DW is generated and the result of PDW and PLCR cannot be calculated. Like in the case of RBCs, one should look at platelet histograms regardless of the presence of flags to understand the platelet characteristics of the sample with regard to size and distribution. Shifting of graphs indicate size changes. Such shifts can also skew the graphs and they will no longer be Gaussian in distribution. Skewed graphs with right shift and left shifts. WBC histogram. The normal WBC distribution curve lies within the discriminators at 30 to 250 FL. The normal curve begins and ends at the baseline. The WBC channel shows platelets and WBC as the erythrocytes are lysed. The platelets are between 8 and 12 FL, therefore do not interfere with the WBC result. For WBC counting, lysing reagent is used which lyses RBC completely and modifies WBC characteristics partially, which changes the size of the different WBCs. Before lysis, the measurements are shown in the form of a scale, and after lysis, the measurements are shown in the scale and the graph. WL flag indicates abnormal curve at the lower discriminator not touching the baseline. Look for simultaneous AG, that is aggregates flag, on platelets. Possible causes are platelet clumps, EDTA incompatibility or clotted sample, presence of nucleated RBCs, erythroblasts, lyse-resistant RBCs, and cold agglutinins. It can result in higher WBC count. Check manually. WU flag indicates abnormal upper discriminator, that is not touching the baseline at upper range.
The possible causes are extreme leukocytosis, that is more than 100 into 10 to the power of 3 per microliter, where the linearity is exceeded and the histogram curve does not touch the baseline. WU may be seen rarely due to WBC aggregation.
Flags due to inability of the analytical system to differentiate between WBCs, that is T1, T2, F1, F2 and F3. T1 flag, the T1 discriminator cannot differentiate between lymphocytes and the mixed population. The equipment in this case will not set the T1 discriminator and flag so. The possible cause is presence of abnormal leukocytes. A peripheral smear should be examined to look for abnormal cells. T2. The T2 discriminator cannot differentiate between mixed cells and polymorphs. The equipment in this case will not set the T2 discriminator and flag so. Possible cause is presence of abnormal leukocytes. A peripheral smear should be examined to look for abnormal cells. F1, F2, F3. Leukocyte population cannot be clearly differentiated. The T1 and T2 discriminator are set, but there is no clear demarcation between the different cell populations. F here denotes the word fraction and gives the message that the subfractions are not identified completely. The possible cause? Abnormal distribution of leukocyte populations and abnormal leukocytes. As said before, since all the three graphs are compared on a single histogram and the y-axis denotes relative distribution, the subpopulations can be judged.